Hello everyone. Today we have another medium level puzzle from the New York Times. Okay, I'm going to start this off by scanning the numbers 1 through 9 to see if I can find any locations where I can either fill in the numbers right away or fill in two candidates in a block. Okay, so let's start with the number 1, and here you can see in block 2 the 1 can go only into these two cells. So I'm going to pencil in the candidates here in block 2. If you followed my previous videos, you'll know I like to start off with this type of notation. It's called Snyder Notation, and it helps in the early stages of solving a puzzle. Later, I will pencil mark in more candidates as needed, but to start, I like to fill in the candidates when they are restricted to two cells in a block, like you see here. And here in block 3, I can pencil in ones here and here. Let's see if there are any more blocks that I can fill in just two cells. And here in block 7, the 1 can go here and here. All right, let's move on to the number 2. In this middle rank, we have a 2 here and here. That means the only place a 2 can go is either here or here. And looking around, I don't see any place else I can pencil in a 2, so let's move on to the number 3. We have a 3 here and here, so that means this must be a 3. And now that means in block 8, the 3 can only go into this cell and this cell. And now looking up from block 9, the 3 there eliminates all of these cells. And then from block 4, the 3 there eliminates all of these cells. This strategy is called intersecting lines. So that means the only place a 3 can go in block 6 is here. So I can go ahead and place the 3 here. Now in block 5, the only place a 3 can go is either here or here. Now let's look around some more, and I don't see any more cells that I can pencil in a 3, so let's move on to the number 4. Here in the middle stack I have two 4s, so in block 2 the only place a 4 can go is here or here. And in block 6 we can place a 4 here and a 4 here. And now in block 7, because of these two 4s and this 4, I can pencil in 4s here and here. Let's move on to the number 5. We have a 5 here and a 5 here, so one of these two cells has to be a 5. Okay, number 6. We have a 6 here and a 6 here. So that means one of these two cells has to be a 6. There are two 6s in this bottom rank, so any of these 3 cells can be a 6. So let's leave that alone since I'm sticking to Snyder notation for now. Looking around, I see that these two 6s intersect here in block 5, so that leaves only these two cells. This can be a 6. And this can be a 6. That means that because of these two 6s in column 4, there cannot be a 6 here in block 2, column 4, and there can't be a 6 in column 5 because of this 6. So the only place a 6 can go in block 2 is in one of these 3 cells in column 6. I'll keep that in mind for later, but because I'm still sticking to Snyder notation, I'm going to leave that alone for now. All right, moving on to the number 7. It looks like there are only two 7s given, and I don't see anything I can do with that, so let's move on to the number 8. Here we have two 8s in this middle rank, so this cell has to be an 8, and now this 8 eliminates another 8 in the same column. So in block 7, the only place an 8 can go is either here or here. And so now we have what are called locked candidates here in block 7, column 1. That means that in block 1, we can't have 8s in column 1, and because of this 8, we can't have another 8 in column 3. So the only place an 8 can go now in block 1 is in column 3, here and here. This is called a pointing pair, and I covered this strategy in lesson 9 if you want to have a closer look at this strategy. And over here in block 9, the only place an 8 can go is here or here. So now we have a 5-8 matching pair here. That's always nice. That means none of the remaining empty cells in the same block can be a 5 or an 8. Okay, I don't see anything else, so let's move on to the number 9. There are 2 9s here and here, so that means the only place a 9 can go is here in block 4. All right, now that I've finished scanning the grid for the numbers 1 through 9 and placed all the obvious big numbers as well as penciled in candidates, it's time to look for a row, column, or block that has only 3 cells left to be filled in. Block 4 has only 3 cells empty, and what's missing is a 1, a 5, and a 7. So a 1, 5, and 7 is missing from this block. So this cell can be all 3, a 1, 5, or 7. This cell can only be a 1 or a 5. And this cell can be a 1 or a 5. So since the 7 cannot be in either of these 2 cells, then this cell must be a 7. And since there's a 1 here, this cell must be a 5, and then this cell is a 1. And so now we've just solved block 4. So now this row has only 3 cells left. Let's see what's missing. 1, 2, 3. The 3 is missing, and it can go either here or here. We previously penciled that in. The row is also missing a 5. The 5 can't go here because of this 5, so it can go here or here. And then we're missing a 6 in this row. So the row is missing a 3, 5, and a 6, but the 3 and 5 can't go here, so this must be the 6. And so now we have a 3, 5 matching pair here. And because I eliminated the 6 from this cell, now the only other place a 6 can go is here. Remember, we had penciled that in earlier, so now that's paying off. And the 7 cannot go here or here, so it must go here, which means this has to be the 2. And now the 9 is missing from this block, so I can put the 9 here. And in this row, there is only 1 cell left, so that has to be the 9 as well. And now there are only 2 cells left in this block, and so what's missing? 4, 5, the 7 is missing, so these 2 cells are either a 4 or a 7. Now let's look around. Oh, the 3. Here there are 3 3s, and they're all intersecting into block 3, so the only place left for a 3 is here. All right, let's take a look at column 3. There are only 2 cells missing from column 3. It's the 8 and the number 2, so the 8 and 2 are missing from this column. So I can put a 2 here and a 2 here. And now because of these 2 8s in column 3, and these 2 8s in column 2, that means that in block 7, the 2 and 8 must be in column 1. So now these 2 cells must be either a 2 or an 8, which means this cell can't be a 1, so therefore this cell is the 1. And now I can pencil in 1s here and here. So now let's look at block 1 more carefully. The 1s are here. 2 is here, 3 and 4 are already filled in, and the 5, let's see, the 5 can only go here or here. 6 can only go here or here. 7, because of this 7 and this 7, we can only have a 7 here or here. 8 can go here or here. And the 9 is already filled in. So let's have a closer look. We have a 6-7 matching pair here. These two cells are the only cells in the block that can contain 6 or a 7. So the 5 can't be here, so it must go here. And this one has to be the 1. Anyway, it was a naked single, so we would have spotted that soon enough. And so now that we have locked candidates again here in column 2, then that means that these two cells can't be a 6 or a 7. So they must be, let's see what's missing, the 4 and the 5 is missing. So one of these cells is a 5 and the other is a 5. So I can pencil those in. We just placed a 1 here in block 1, so now I can get rid of this 1 in block 2. So therefore this must be the 1. And now I can take a look at this cell. There's so many different numbers in the column and the row and the block that this cell can't be a 1 and it can't be a 2, it can't be a 3, right? It can't be a 4, it can't be a 5, it can't be a 6, 7, 8, or 9. So the only number this cell can be is a 3. And so now that unwinds this 3-5 matching pair down here. So now this has to be a 5, and then this is a 3. And now if this is the 3, then this has to be the 3. And we can get rid of this 3. Now at this point, column 5 has only one number left, and it's the number 8. Going back to the 1 I placed a few minutes ago here, well, that means this cell can no longer be a 1. So that means this has to be the 1. Now I have a 2-8 matching pair here in block 7. And a 5-8 matching pair in block 9. So because of all of the 8s now pointing to block 9, this can no longer be an 8. So this must be the 8. And so that means this cell in block 7 in the same row can't be an 8. So therefore this has to be the 8, which means this number is the 2. And let's fill this in. This is an 8. I should have filled that in first, and now this is the 5. And now this 4-5 matching pair is resolved. This is the 4, and this is the 5. All right, let's have a look at this row here. What's missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're missing the 5. The 5 can go here. It can't go here or here, so this has to be the 5. What else are we missing in this row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, we're missing the 7 and the 9. And here we're also missing the 7 and the 9. Let's look at block 8. We're missing the 2. It can go here, here, or here. What else are we missing? We're missing the 7. So this has to be the 7. And we're missing the 9. The 9 can either be here or here. Now we have again locked candidates, this time in the row. These cells are 2 and 9, which means this cell in the same row cannot be a 2 or a 9. And so what's left is the 4. And now that resolves this 4-7 matching pair. This is now a 7, and this is a 4. And now if this is a 7, then this has to be a 9, and then this is a 7. And now we're missing 2 numbers in block 9 and also in the last row. So let's see what's missing. 1, 2, and the number 2, right? But it can't go here because of this 2. So the number 2 has to go here. And that leaves us with one cell left, and it's the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're missing the 6. Now looking around, I see we have the 9 here and here. So in block 3, the only place a 9 can go is here. And because of these two 4s, I can pencil in a 4 here and here. Let's see what numbers are still missing in this right stack. That's this vertical group of blocks on the right. We have all the 1s. We're missing the 2, so that can go here, here, or here. And what else are we missing? 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're missing the 6. So this has to be the 6. And we're missing the 7. So the 7 can go here or here. And we're missing a 2, 4, and a 7 in this block, right? And also in the same column, column 7. And now because I filled in a 6 here, this cell in block 1 can no longer be a 6. So this has to be the 7. And then this is the 6. And if this is the 7, then this has to be the 2. Oh, but there's a 7 here, so that has to be the 4. And then this is the 7. There are lots of opportunities that have opened at this point. So let's have a look at the top row. Let's see what's missing. The 2 can go here or here. And what else we're missing? We're missing a 6. The 6 cannot go here, so it's either here or here. And it can't go here because of this 6, so it must go here. And this cell can't be a 4, so it's either a 2 or an 8. Let's look at this row. It only has 2 cells missing. It's missing a 2. The 2 can go here or here. And we're missing a 4. Well, the 4 can't go here because of this 4. So this must be the 4. And then this is the 2. And if that's the 2, then this must be the 8. And this is the 2, which means this is an 8. Now in this column we're missing a 2 and a 9, but the 2 can't go here because of this 2. So this has to be the 9. And then this is the 2, which means this is the 9. And now there's one cell left and it's the 5. Yay, that was a medium level puzzle. I hope you enjoyed solving it with me. I still have a few more lessons I want to post and some more medium level solve with me's, and then I'll move on to harder level solve with me puzzles. I hope you enjoyed this solve with me episode, and I hope you learned something.